Hi, it's Robert Dean Smith the First, aka the Marketing Manifesto Guy, helping businesses connect the dots with their marketing and getting massive breakthroughs. And in today's blog, I want to share with you a big, important lesson on marketing, which sometimes goes undetected in business for years and years and years. And that big marketing lesson is what I call the 3M trifecta marketing principle. And it's one that is very, very foundational, but as I said, sometimes gets missed. And it reminds me of sometimes when I go in and do audits and I look at companies and I think, oh, they're missing that and they're missing this. And this is why they're basically losing tens of thousands of pounds, because they haven't got all of these dots, all of these 3Ms connected together. And it's probably another reason why we have statistics like 80% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. Why do 80% of businesses, close in 5 years? Is it because they're undercapitalized? Is it that they haven't done their research properly? But 9 times out of 10, it's because they haven't got enough of the right type of clients and customers in their database, paying them on time. And I want to fix that for you, because once you understand these 3 foundational principles, you will then go about your marketing in a whole different manner, which will lead to greater and greater and greater success for you. So that's my promise that you'll get out of this blog post. So let's look at what we want to do. So as I said, I want to help you connect the dots between these 3 M's, what I call the marketing trifecta, the 3 M's. So the first M that you have to understand is the big question you have to ask yourself is, what market are you in? What market are you in? Sometimes I go into a business and I say, well, what do you do? I'm a builder. Great. What market are you in? Well, I build houses, or I go in and do repairs, I do maintenance. And this is the first key thing. You can't be all things to all people. You should look at a specialism, identifying a specialism and marketing that specialism to the marketplace. And it's what I call, when you do that properly, that first M, you get a POP scenario, pocket of profit. You get a pocket of profit that you can go out with. So I think it's vitally important. So you have some builders that say, I'm a builder, a general builder. You'll have some builders that say, I specialize in home extensions. You'll have a builder that says, I specialize in doing gardens, but that's not really, you're not a builder if you do gardens, because you see people that builders that lay patios. So they're all things to all people. But what you have to really do is segment a part of the market that you want, that is profitable, that you can do excellent work in and get excellent recommendations. So that's the first thing, in really, really going deep and understanding your market that you want to go after. So even if, for example, if I was a builder, I would find out what is that profitable part of the building trade. If I was a residential builder that I would want, I would probably say, let's say I might want to go after loft conversions, because that can be quite profitable done correctly. And that's what I would specialize and get known for. The second thing I would do, if I was Bob the Builder specializing in doing loft conversions, is I would also pick a couple of postcodes that I know that those homeowners will be able to afford the kind of fee or the kind of building project fees that you want to charge, and also have a need. There may be a young, in an area where they're in between a young family and they know that they're going to need to extend, because there's ways of doing research for all those things. You might want to get to an area where you might want to focus on an area where they want to be in a better school catchment. So all these things become part of your market research. Because another thing, apart from doing your POP, you've got to do some research. And there's ways of doing the research. There's loads of ways of doing the research on Google, on Facebook, getting lists. There's tremendous amounts of ways. But the first thing to determine is, who are you looking to serve? And that is your market. The second M we have here in the trifecta series is message. And the easiest way to look at the message is, one, there's two messages that you have to really understand. One, what is the thought going in, happening in the mind of your prospective buyer? What are they thinking about when they're about to engage with your services? What steps will they take to contact a company like you? And then what you want to do is reverse that, turn that on the head, and find out what messages that you want to present to them, and in what manner, what phraseologies. You, for example, a builder who wants an extension, what's the possible reason for somebody wanting not really an extension, wanting a loft conversion, which is a form of extension? Well, it's probably because they want more room, because they're going to move, either they're having an addition to the family, they may have an elderly relative that they want to move in and they're going to take a space upstairs. It may be they're renting to renting a part of the house, or converting it so that they're going to rent more rooms in a home. But there's always a reason, and you have to think, what are those reasons, and then address that in your marketing. So, for example, you could put an advert on Google AdWords: need more space in your house, blah, 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 blah. And give them the reason, need more space in the house because you're expecting a little one, and there's going to be you're going to resonate with that pocket of profit, with that individual. And that is what's important. So you have to get your messaging right. You have to get and you'll probably have several messages. And for extensions, for that market, I would definitely use something like, we'll talk about that in a short while. I'll talk about some of the mediums where I would use or look to promote my business. So you have to get the message right, and you probably have several messages. Then you have to get the media. So what's the media? So once you know the pain and pleasure points, and you've got several messages nailed down that you want to get out to the marketplace, then you're going to have to pick your medium or media. Are you going to market in, something like Facebook? Are you going to market on Google? Are you going to market in a traditional newspaper? Are you going to market on the radio? So you've got some options there, but you have to work out the dynamics of your clients and then pick the relevant media to promote that message. You have to pick the relevant media to promote that message, get that message out there, and you have to do something that I would call is be native. And we'll explain more about that in the blog. Be native in those areas. So just to recap, you have to pick a specific market, and in that market you'll find a pocket of people, which will be a pocket of profit. You have to do enough research so that you get the kind of messages that you want to then advertise your services in the right way to connect with your audience or your prospective clients in the right way. Now, once you get that connection, obviously what will happen is the phone will eventually ring, because they'll probably end up on a website of yours. If you're doing something online, they'll probably end up on a website of yours. There'll be a phone number, they'll make a call, or there'll be an inquiry form on your website, and they'll make an inquiry. But you can absolutely, once you put this 3M trifactor in place properly, you can systemize that in a way that you can predictably figure out on a week-to-week basis how many new leads you're going to get, that you can then move into a situation where you go out and see them, which can then move into a position from lead to presentation to then becoming your client. So you're going to build up that cycle of leads, presentations, that's messy, to the sale. And those are the three key ingredients to understanding your market, message and media. And that is the pillar and the foundation of having a successful marketing campaign. Until next time, I will see you on the other side. Tune into the blogs. There'll be another one that will follow up on the 3M principle, trifactor marketing.